1962 International Metro van. Painted the whole interior battleship gray. Fold down seat. For deliveries. Pretty solid shape for the year. It was stored indoors from 1982 until 2010. Original delivery driver's comb. Sitting on top of a 2011 GMC cutaway van, cabin chassis. I mounted it on there within one day. It's a great truck. What I want to do is just get it so it moves around the yard. For some reason, the rear brakes are locked up. When I ran the codes, it said that it wasn't grounded properly to the chassis for the anti-lock, whatever. So, a couple more grounds, fix the temperature gauge, maybe drop the tank and put a new sending unit in, because the cover's been off a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I drove it a couple of feet after I did the conversion. It's just that the brakes were a little locked up. And now it just does not want to move at all. It'll idle. I mean, maybe I'm losing resistance because I put 16 inches of like cable on it. It's a different size. I really doubt it. For the drive-by-wire. But I really think it's in limp mode because of the temperature gauge. So that has to get addressed. And I can start driving this thing. Tilt column? Any tilt column going on? No. Like 5 universal joints to get down to the steering box though. And nowhere to put your heel for the gas pedal. Everything's all custom up here to get the column to sit in the right spot that I wanted it. The pedals, the Hydro Boost system is close quarters up here. But it'll get there. Vacuum windshield wipers, and if you don't have the vacuum going for some reason, you can just do it with your thumb right here. It's connected. I drove this thing through town with the original motor down Main Street, overheated it, so I went through that. Registered in my name. It's a good little van. The original suspension didn't feel right. It felt like it was going to tip over for some reason. But now that it's on a 2011 van, maybe things are going to be different. Love this seat. Exit via that way. Exit this way. Got the poles painted yellow. Piece of foam over the back one so you don't hit your head more than you have to. Dust all over the place now, I'll tell you that. This area right here is where the battery goes. So what I want to do is mount the battery somewhere else. Have my antifreeze right up over here, the highest point. This is actually the fill or overflow-ish. And then, of course, OnStar will save me when everything goes wrong. Just push this button here. And then put on the tunes. But the doghouse is non-existent because of the fact that all the wires, I believe, only allow it to open halfway. There's really no reason to go in there if you don't have to. But body mounts underneath here got done by me, and the front radiator support was a little entailed, but it's just the beginning, just the first coat of paint inside to get the lead dust out of here and everything else, and just make it a lot more clean to work around. I got the MDF board, started making my own doghouse out of. I got more of it over there, and once everything is exactly how I want it as far as the electronics go, I'm going to make a nice doghouse here to finish it off, and no cup holders on there that, you know, fluid could spill on all these computers and whatnot. But heck, I drove the thing around before I did the conversion. I know what it was capable of before, so just got to get it back to that state. Stupid computer with this limp mode bull, but it is what it is. Got to get the guy over here with the laptop. We'll figure out how to do that myself. So, but it's just another project. Should I work on it today? That's the question. Dump money in it this week. But these international bolts, I'm telling you, the anti-seize on here, it actually had some of them come off by hand after I broke them free. It was amazing. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're working on an International Metro. They did put some type of juice on the threads, and it probably has lead in it. So wash your hands, don't touch your face. Now this is it right here. The original dashboard for the truck. The key for the fuel cap and the key for the ignition sitting over there. Goes right in there. Lights, choke, I believe. All this was working. The whole van was working with the original engine, everything. 81,932 original miles on the drivetrain which I still have. Steering gear, everything. So, putting it out there if anyone could use it. And, you know, I really don't want anything for it. I just want to see it be used. As long as I see it be used, I'll be happy. So, 1962 International A120 Metro van. Got a straight 6. Throttle linkage going right through the engine block. I like that. So, I don't really see any need for the dashboard anymore, but you never know. If I could get that back in there, this would have to be off-center a little bit if I wanted it to match up with the column, if I had to. But that might make the van right there, having the original dash back in there. I see the room. I could see enough room to put it there. Holy cow. Okay. This is a keeper. Everything else goes but this. This does not go. Put that back. Good. What's this? The original paint from when I was doing the tank. I painted on top of the fuel tank Rust-Oleum. Rusty red primer. That's a favorite of mine. And there it is, how I had to do it. Put the Vortec motor to 6.0 into an International Metro van from 1962. Welded a little Kindorf together, made my own radiator support, tied it in with the original body, which actually is some pretty thick metal to weld to, so it worked pretty good. I got a nice going to town vehicle. LS swap. Just need to finish it off a little bit. Like I said, the temperature gauge needs to be addressed. That was a cool feature to go check your antifreeze. Hopefully I'll start working on this within the next month or so. Throw some time at it. This is where a lot of effort went into lining stuff up for the steering. And for the power steering lines that go to the Hydra Boost system. That needed to get mounted in a certain position. But the plug for the temperature gauge is sitting right there. Not even plugged in. If you could see it. I believe that's it. Well, no, it's over there exposed. That little yellow wire. Welded body mount.